And with surprise to not many, we're back on a Wednesday.
I'm surprised we're back on a Wednesday.
It's always good to start to get a little momentum and a bit of a routine going, as we've done for 76 episodes.
I figured we'd get canceled by 75,
Oh,
so
oh, dude!
um,
If you would have asked me what the over under was for like until it's like, all right, guys, it's time to cut it, I would have set the bar at like 45 with the under minus like a 210. Like there was no way we were gonna pass 50. But hey, we're almost at 100.
wow. Well, welcome back to the Legends Clubhouse. I am almost 100, Bobby Caboose, as always. My boy underscore Lawson. What's going on, man?
What's going on? And as you know, you can see by the title, a little bit different theme on Wednesday. On Wednesdays, starting last week, we're not having the scroll wheel going because we discuss enough sports to where we can fill Mondays and Fridays and maybe touch on it every now and again Wednesday, but it's always good to kind of take a little bit of a step back. So for Wednesdays, there will now be Wildcard Wednesdays, in which talk about this that it could it
This
could
or that. We're like black sheep.
we're like black. What do you
Black
mean?
sheep.
What do you mean by we're like black sheep?
It's a fucking rap group, dude.
Hey, it must
This
be.
or that. This or that. This or that. You
You,
can get with this, or you can get with that. You
oh,
can get with that. You can get with this, or you can get with that. You can get with this, but something is where it's at.
yeah,
Um, yeah, engine number nine. I don't know, I haven't heard that song in a long time. But anyway,
yeah.
it is October 15th. That means at some point during today, it will be the halfway point through the month of October. Um, how do you feel about the month of October?
You know what pisses me off?
Hmm.
That there's already Christmas shit in stores. That
I
shit
did see that the other day.
that shit genuinely like triggers me, cause like for the course of my life, it was October, Halloween, November, Thanksgiving, and December, your Christmas stuff. And then over the past couple years, it's been, oh, we're gonna start to put Christmas stuff near Thanksgiving. Oh, we're gonna put Christmas stuff before Thanksgiving, and now it's sprinkling into Halloween. Like, are we dead ass right now?
See, yeah, right now is a little early. I'm used to it. November 1st is like okay, like Thanksgiving no one cares about, at least
Mm-hmm.
for like a federal holiday and you don't decorate for really Thanksgiving. So
Yeah.
like yeah, we get the Christmas mode. But yeah, it is weird that, like I saw it, October 10th or whatever. I was
Mm-hmm.
like, wow, there's a little bit of Christmas stuff out here. Um but yeah, so halfway through October, I hate that it is getting dark early. It's really fucking with me right now because like even last night I was like, dude, like why it seems so late and it was like 8:30.
I was about to say, what time
And
does it start to get dark up there? Because I know you're in the Detroit area, so it might be a little bit different from here to there.
no, I think it's the same between me and you because we're both at Eastern Standard Time. But anyway, um
No, it's the hemispheres.
we're in the same hemisphere, dude. Um
Just complete.
um
Don't you love saying
it
some
gets
dumb shit and throwing somebody off?
it's starting to get dark at like 7:30.
Yeah.
And it's not cool. But yeah, between it getting dark early, and it's getting chilly, we're still hitting the 70 ones,
Hmm.
but it is getting chilly during the night, and we're supposed to have like this little cold front coming in. I'm not digging that.
Any snow?
Um, no, no. We won't get snow until like once in a while we get like one snowfall before Christmas and like it's like a random
Hmm.
but it usually won't be until December.
Yeah.
Once in a while it'll be in November, but like we had snow on Halloween one year
That was
that I can
awesome.
remember. And I had a flag football game, and we came out of the dome, and there was like a layer of snow on the ground. I'm like, what the fuck is this, dude? Like, I'd be pissed if I was a kid,
Yeah.
fucking treating there in this shit. I feel like all the you know, I feel like almost every year for Halloween up here when I was a kid was a shitty weather. Like it was always just raining and shit, and you're like, all right, well, do you put a jacket over your costume, or do you just thug it out and fucking be cold?
Hmm.
Uh, but yeah, it's October, dude. Middle of October.
Do you know
Getting
what?
chilly.
Do
It's
you know
getting
what you're
dark.
being for Halloween or no?
I have no idea. I usually dress up. I don't think we did anything last year. We don't have any plans yet this year as far as costume wise. What are you being? A gremlin?
The show is on Halloween. You're gonna have to show up for the Halloween edition and see. I might be a giant hot dog. I
All
might,
right.
I might just show up as a giant. You know what's funny? When we were a couple shows ago, when we were talking about, are we gonna dress up for Halloween? And you're like, fuck yeah, dude. And I was like, let's just be giant hot dogs. And you're like, no. I was telling that to some of my buddies. They're like, bro, you need new friends.
I don't remember you even saying that. So, but
And,
yeah, I would not do that.
yeah, though. But for Halloween, I've genuinely not like I haven't like dressed up or gone trick or treating since I don't know, I was like 17, 16, 17, somewhere around there. And then
You went trick or treating when you were 17?
well, me and some boys went to just bull around.
Okay, so I did the same thing. I think I was like 15 though, but I got more candy then than I did like all my childhood because we went into like different neighborhoods. My buddy
Yeah,
could drive. We didn't even dress up. We just wanted to get candy.
that's awesome. Basically, you stopped at all the houses that was like take one. That's
Hmm.
awesome.
Yeah, and then you
Um,
eat the bowl.
we got
You can't do that anymore because of Ring camera, man. Like
cat
now people
and
got
the
cameras, Ring cameras and shit. Like back in
mm,
my day when we used to trick or treat uphill both ways, 15 miles, and you earned your candy.
in the snow.
Uh, yeah, in this it's yeah, in the one year in the snow. But yeah, there was no cameras, so like
Hmm.
if it was to take one, like you better be that fucking first couple kids that get to that house, and you dump the whole fucking thing.
We we have a costume suggestion from the chat. Bobby should be a gorilla and Lawson should be a banana or a chimpanzee. So so are we
That's
so
that's not cool.
so are we monkeying around for
Uh,
Halloween?
how, how about I be a gorilla and you be George of the Jungle or whatever?
Can I wear a loincloth?
Yeah.
Yes. Dude, I remember one of the last times we went trick or treating. It was me, my boy, and his girl. Yeah, I was third wheeling. Um, the,
Dude, I'm so used to being in the third wheel, man. I think I invented that third or fifth wheel.
and then we were all Star Wars characters because we like Star Wars. It was even more funny because my boy's girl was not like a girl character from Star Wars. She was I was Darth Maul.
Jabba.
He was Darth. That would have been real funny. I was Darth Maul. He was Darth Vader, and she was Kylo Ren. So she's walking around with a fucking mask on, and
Yeah, I don't know.
he's the main antagonist from like the newest trilogy, like the 7, 8, 9, that kind of blew, but 7 was
Gotcha.
solid. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But yeah, it was just really funny because normally, I mean, unless you're like going to like a spoofy Halloween party, it's like, oh, guys guy characters, girls girl characters, stuff like that.
Mhm.
Um, my nephew who just turned 2 yesterday, I asked my sister, I was like, hey, what are you gonna dress little baby Sean up for Halloween? And she was like, oh, I don't know yet. She threw the idea out because he's got blonde hair. She's like, I don't know. I was thinking about doing Butters. That'd be super cute from South Park. And I'm like, yeah,
Mhm.
that's a great idea. And then when I asked her about it the other day, I said, hey, are you gonna dress Sean up as Butters for Halloween? And she was like, no, I wanted something like age appropriate. I said, if there's anyone age appropriate on South Park, it's fucking Butters, dude. Like he's just so
Unless he
cute.
has his bottom bitches.
Huh?
Uh, unless he has his bottom bitches.
And then so
Um,
fucking
Kissing booth. Um,
bitch, you wanna make some real fucking money?
yeah. You want to make some real fucking money, bitch? Um,
What he say to
but yeah,
Clyde? He said, "Hey Clyde, here's $100. Stan gets near me, punch it." Yeah, and so she was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do, and so uh I always made the joke like last year I don't remember what they dressed him up as or whatever, but because it was his obviously it was his first Halloween last year. She was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. So my dumb was like, just do a little pumpkin. He's just a little pumpkin, dude. And she was like, I don't want to do that. Everybody does that. I said, then fucking pick something. But yeah, like huh?
next year he should be able to be like the size and age and be able to talk and all this, and he could be Chucky, for Child's Play, and
That'd be a
um,
great
you know,
idea.
because like the kids that age like 2 or 3, they walk like him because they walk stiff-legged, and you could just teach them to say, "Give me my fucking candy," and everyone will like it.
Give me my candy.
You gotta teach them not to say that afterwards. But anyway,
I remember I was told this after I'd already like grew up, but when I was still learning English as a kid, fucking um every time I'd see a motorcycle, my mom and dad would say I used to say motherfucker instead of motorcycle, and what made it even more funny is every year, or I say every year, everyone, for whatever year that was when I first started doing it, everybody bought me a motorcycle, like a little toy motorcycle, uh, for Christmas. So I was like, oh, I got a big motherfucker right here, and I'm sure there's a VHS of it somewhere in a box somewhere.
all right. So, I wrote an article yesterday
Uh,
about 5 things that people should avoid passing out during Halloween,
mhm.
and um, we're deep diving into Halloween and October right now,
Right.
which we probably should save for the actual Halloween show on Halloween, but this is fine. We can talk about it now.
Mhm.
So, dude, some of the things that fucking I used to hate getting as a kid, and I don't know if these are things that are still passed out or not, because I'm not a child. I don't have children, so I don't see what's in the goodie bag at the end of the night.
Mhm.
But, like, dude, so first of all, any kind of fruit, vegetable, fucking throw them out, dude. You
Fruit.
don't need. Yeah, you never got fruit as a trick or treat? I remember, once
Like
in a
what?
while you get
Like a
an
or
apple or an
like a or
orange or something, and it would be all like the apple would be all bruised and shit, and you're like, what the fuck is this? I don't want no fucking apple. I want fucking candy sugar, not fucking fruit sugar.
no.
Like, and I would be so pissed. Like, usually you'd be like, like a dentist or some shit.
Yeah. An apple
Oh,
away.
keep
An apple a day keeps what is it? An apple a day keeps the doctor away.
candy's gonna rot your teeth. I'm gonna get you an apple. No, fuck that. Give me your fucking candy.
Right.
Second thing. Did you ever, as a kid, did you ever get loose change?
Yo, what?
Dude, for real, this never happened to you? Like,
Yo,
I feel like,
the fuck are y'all giving
again,
out
I
there
don't
in
know if it was
Detroit?
a 90s thing. Did you have the trick or treat for UNICEF thing?
What's for UNICEF?
It's like for like kids with special needs and shit, but like they would always be like at school they'd be like, "Oh, trick or treat for UNICEF." And like I'm like, "No one fucking does this, all right? I'm sorry. I know it's probably a great charity and stuff, and I don't want to bash it, but when I'm trick or treating, I'm not going to be like, "Trick or treat for UNICEF." And then you put like fucking coins in my fucking box.
That's
I'm not gonna do it. All right, I never did it, but every year I would get like pennies or fucking something. I would dump my bag out and there'd be like fucking coins rolling around. Look, dude, I don't want your fucking 3 to 7 cents. You can keep it. That's not gonna fund my college. And I'm not trick or treating for UNICEF. So keep your loose change. Go to Coinstar and roll them up. Don't give them to children. That's
I
terrible. People that do that are terrible people.
I remember one of my boys one of the last handful of times that I went trick or treating his dad was a former cop, and
Hmm.
he was super. He was just a
They
super
gave
tall.
out bullets.
Give up bullets. He was just a super tall, big, like stern, mean looking. Like he like if Eat Shit and Die had a face, he just always
Hmm.
looked mean and grim. I mean, he was a super nice dude, but he just had just the stern like, oh shit. And so because he was a former cop and he was always just kind of stern, uh his mom would say, "Oh, can y'all ask him to just check, y'all's candy?" Because once again, when I was growing up, it was told, "Be sure to check your candy." And as a kid, I'm like, "Oh my god, there might be a razor blade in it." And then when I got a little older, I'm like, who's doing that shit? And then so
That, you know how that originated?
no,
That originated from like the 1970s. Like people would put like razor blades in the kids' apples or something when they would hand them out for candy, and then they bite them and they fucking cut their shit.
that's
That
crazy.
that's where they yeah, people used like, I mean,
I remember
fucking
fucking.
it's all like, oh, check your candy, check your snacks, like
Mhm.
whatever, it should be sealed, and and then there was a thing about like fentanyl in candy,
Dude,
and
I was just about to say another thing was try and have it checked to see if there's any like double packaged anything, in case they put drugs in it. And then once again, when I was younger, I was like, oh, I don't want drugs in my candy. Not that I want them in my candy now, but then when I got a little older, I'm like, who's wasting drugs by putting them in a child's candy bar? And then so I'd bring like my fucking, and another thing that pisses me off. I don't know if it was cause I don't know if it was cause the neck of the woods that I grew up on, but we don't use fucking plastic things for trick or treat bags or baskets. You get the biggest pillowcase you can find, and you fill that fucker up. So
yeah.
by the end of the night, when we all got back to my boy's house, I'm fucking I look like I just packed up all my shit, and so I'm fucking
It's
bringing
like,
my
dude,
dude for real.
or
So
you're a hobo.
I'm bringing my big ass sack down the stairs, and I said, hey, Austin's dad, can you check my candy? And he did like the normal, yeah, of course, because it was a try to make him feel more involved and stuff like that. Which
Mhm.
he was, like I said, he was an awesome dude. He just had like the real stern face, and as a kid, he was fucking super tall, just a bigger dude. I'm like, holy fuck, you're
Yeah.
intimidating for for like a 15-year-old.
But you never got loose change in any of your bags?
That I could think of, no.
Oh man. Okay. So maybe my
Fuck's
article's way off because
fuck's going up in Detroit.
dude, people assume that you're poor and they give you
Yo,
and
could you imagine it's all the old people that's like, oh, little Timmy, you must be from 8 Mile. Here's some loose change.
yeah, exactly, dude. That's how I feel like conversation is going now. Um, the next thing that I got as a child that you should not do is a can of soda, like
Yo,
or
what?
we call it pop. You never
Yeah.
got like you never got these weird items like trick or treating.
No, I remember the funniest thing, and it was probably like 3 years ago. I was scrolling on Twitter around the Halloween season for memes, and it just had a bunch of plastic bags with like some yellow shit in it, and there was a sign next to it, and it said, "Please only take one bag of Sprite." And I'm like, who the fuck's putting out little bags of Sprite?
Bags of Sprite.
I gotta find their picture. It's just they're literally in like little sandwich bags, and it's just a little baggie of Sprite.
Dude, so yeah, one year I'm trick or treating with you get the pillowcase, and someone gave me a can of pop, or that's what we call it here,
Yeah,
pop, soda, whatever.
yeah.
They give us a can. I'm like, what the fuck is this? So not only did I have to carry it around, like it weighed down my bag. I'm like, dude, this shit is
Hold
fucking
on.
heavy now.
Was it a can or like a? Could you imagine giving
No,
out
it was a
2
can.
liters?
It was a can. It wasn't a 2 liter.
I was about to say, could you imagine 11-year-old Bobby dragging around a fucking 2 liter at the bottom of his pillowcase?
So, I get home and I dump
Yeah,
all the stuff
and
out, and
I was just about to say another thing. You don't shuffle through it. You grab it by the bottom, you dump that bitch.
yeah, and so now it's all shooken up, But then I realized it was a diet Pepsi. I'm like, what the fuck?
Nobody wants that.
You're give me a regular. And then I looked at the expiration date, and it was like expired by like 6 months. And I'm like,
You,
you're just giving expired soda to kids?
you
Like,
know
what
what
the
bro
fuck?
did? He went in his pantry. He was like, I thought I got candy last week. Let me see.
Yeah.
Oh, I ain't got shit. Some of my buddies that live in that living in an apartment, they're fucking, like 20, 25, 26. They're like, yo, I look, you want to hand out fucking candy in the apartment complex. This shit sounds awesome. And I'm like, yeah, you fuckers are getting old.
Like, so
We
like this
have
person was like, let me just get rid of our shit
we've got
by giving
people
it
we've
to
got
kids.
people in the chat saying, yeah, no one's gotten change. No one's gotten change, and it's only in fucking Detroit.
I mean, that used to be like, I mean, you wouldn't get a lot of it. You
It'd
would
be
get
like
like less than
17.
10 cents.
It'd be like 17 total cents.
It would probably be less than 10 cents total. But like a couple, you would get at a couple houses, people would give you pennies, and you're like, thanks. Like, the fuck is this?
I know. I'm gonna get at the fucking at the pen at the. You know what? Let's go to Vegas and do penny slots.
And then the next one would be like a Capri Sun or a juice box. Have you ever gotten a Capri Sun or a juice box?
I've gotten Capri
Oh,
Sun. Yeah.
okay, so finally you've gotten something that's on this list.
It's so funny because when you brought up the list, I thought we were gonna like target specific candies, and I was like,
Oh,
and I'm like, that's a great thing we could target like the day of Halloween. It's like, all right, what top 5 candies don't you want?
well, yeah, I'm going through the shit that you shouldn't get. Like a Capri Sun, like look, like I just said in the article, man, you're not fucking handing out bologna sandwiches to kids. I don't want a fucking lunchtime item
Yo,
with
could you imagine if they're giving them frozen pizzas?
yeah, exactly. Or a Lunchable. Like, get the fuck out of here. And then, you're gonna give me a Capri Sun where, I may or may not need help with the straw to punch the pouch.
Depending upon your costume and you've got gloves on. Oh, and we're so no change from the comments, but we have seen a Sprite, orange soda, and Fanta in general, and high C boxes. So yeah, juice boxes. Yeah.
And then, yeah, the juice boxes. I don't want something that I'm just gonna have for my lunch. Like, give me some fucking candy. And then the last one is, and I know you've gotten this, is loose candy corn.
Candy corn pisses me off.
Dude, not only does it piss you off, but it's loose. Like, it's not like a bag of candy corn. It's just loose in your bag. So you have to deal with like pillowcase lint. You have to deal with somebody's grubby hands reaching and putting on your. Plus, candy corn's fucking gross.
Right.
No, I
I,
don't care what you say, candy corn is fucking disgusting.
One of the I'll never forget. One of the cooler things, they gave us like those like sticky hands. Uh,
Yeah.
and our
The,
yeah, with
the
a stick and come back.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And I remember because once again, if you go with your boys, you all sit in your pile and dump your shit out, and it's like, hey, let me get your Twix, all right, let me get your Three Musketeers, whatever. And I remember, we set like a minute timer, and it was like, hey, whatever you can get with this fucking sticky from anyone else's old pile. So we were fucking for that minute. We looked like it was the Wild Wild West. We were trying to fucking round cattle. We're fucking slinging our fucking sticky hands trying to get shit from other piles.
Dude, we were so I think we were in junior high,
Mm,
because we were like just on the bridge of like being a little too old
mm.
to trick or treat. And so we're going around, and after we were done trick or treating, we started ding dong ditching.
Yes.
And so we we ding dong ditched this house, and we're running away, and this lady runs out after us, and she's an older lady,
Oh
and she's
no.
like, I don't know if she had an object in her hand or what,
Her
but
cane.
my buddy reached into his sack of goodies and pulled out a Capri Sun.
And beamed her.
Dude, turned around, threw it as if like he just picked it off the ground like a shortstop and did a pirouette to throw it to
He
first.
wind up like he was throwing a 2C.
Dude, he guns it to first, aka the woman. And this lady was old. I don't know how old she was, but he fucking decked her right in the face with a Capri Sun, and the thing fucking like exploded when it hit her, and she just dropped. And we just ran. And the next day we went back to the house and saw the Capri Sun like package
Busted.
on the it was on the lawn, and he picked it up and saved it for like years. It was like a
That's
trophy.
that's
But
awesome,
it was somewhat hilarious. He decked this old lady in the
bro.
face. Capri Sun. I mean, we were like 12 years old, 13 years old, so we were not causing much trouble, but that was probably the most trouble we caused as far as that night.
I
So
remember, dude. That's so
he
funny.
hit a right guy, like, and she just fucking dropped to her knees, dude, and we just ran.
Like beamed her.
Yes,
So
and it
funny.
was like from like 7 feet away.
Bro put as much fear from getting caught. He put all that oomph into his fucking
Yeah,
white. Bro, look like Scooble finna throw 104, dog.
yeah,
Fucking.
dude. It was
I
like Pedro Martinez going sweet chin music, bro.
I remember fucking we were I remember we were I remember we were ding dong ditching one time, and fucking it was a cul-de-sac that I guess like cuz I've lived in some like not nice neighborhoods, but they were big. They were just a bunch of like
Mhm.
asshole houses, and you know you enter the neighborhood one way. There's like 17 different directions you can go through and all that jazz. I remember there was a cul-de-sac, and and the light had just gone out, and fucking uh ding dong bum bum bum, he kicked the door. Right when he kicked the door, he jumped off the little porch. Door opens, feet chasing. All my buddies turn. One of them bonks right into the fucking mailbox. You think we're stopping? Fuck no. And so we just keep going, and the bro's fucking mom gets called. Now we're all in fucking trouble. And then I remember this. I remember this other time. Um, we were at this. Once again, just being mischievous, ding dong fucking ditching, and it's really a lost art. You know, ding dong ditching. I feel like
It is.
not a lot of people, do it anymore. So
Because it's the doorbells now, like
yeah, they know your ass.
yeah.
We were going to ding dong ditch this one person's house, and we see a dog out front, and we're like, not this house. And we're like, no, it was your turn. Fucking do it. And he's like, no, I'm not finna try and get past this fucking dog. And we're like, bro, it's chained to the fucking tree outside. And he gets 2 steps on the driveway. Dog fucking books it, and my boy, who's not the same, skin tone as I am, said a word that I can't say. He said blank word ain't on no chain, and we just fucking booked it from some scary ass dog, bro. And dude, speaking of the Ring doorbells, a viral TikTok started going around a couple maybe about a month ago. And it was in the middle of the day, and it was this little kid, probably 8, couldn't have been older than 9. He goes to ring the doorbell, and the lady opens up, and she's like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "I'm so sorry." And she was like, "What were you about to do?" And she said, "Well, he said, well, I was gonna ding dong ditch you." And she was like, "Does your dad know you're doing?" Because it's a neighborhood, so I guess everybody knows everybody. He's like, "Does your dad know you're doing it?" And he was like, "Yeah, my dad said it was a core childhood memory, and he knows I'm out here doing it." And then all you hear from off the screen, "What's the holdup?" And then the fucking kid like fucking takes 2 steps back and says, "I've been caught." And all you hear is the dad yell, "Well, run, you idiot!" And then and so the girl's like, "Is that your dad?" And he was like, "Yeah." He said it's a core childhood memory, and he wanted to experience it with me. And then you just see the dad running behind the kid in the back, and is like, run for it. And then so the dad goes this way, the kid runs this way, and then you see the dad running up the neighborhood, and he yells, wrong way. So you see the kid turn around and go that way with his dad.
I saw that video
And
on Instagram.
And I'm like, bro, that's such a W, dad.
My buddy's dad took us once in a while when we were kids, and like, yeah, what he would do is he would be in the car. So like he'd be like, all right, ring it. I would the car take off.
That's fucking funny.
Yeah. But,
yeah.
We did that, and then one time one of the dudes got caught. He he rang the doorbell, and they opened it like when he was like halfway down the driveway, and they're like, hey, and he's like, he just stopped running. He's like, have you seen my dog? And they're like, no. Like, why would you be running away?
What time was
This was during the day.
Oh, I thought you were about to say like 11 o'clock at night. Fido, yo, could you imagine? They open the door. He's like, Fido, trying to find his fucking. They're like, nah, buddy.
I know you were probably asleep, but did you see my dog run by? I know you were probably watching the news or taking a shower or laying down in bed or trying to get ready for work tomorrow. But have you seen my dog?
I know you heard. I know you heard the door knock. Did my dog knock? Like, did you see it come?
Did you see it? When I knocked, did you see it run past anywhere?
Could you imagine him?
My dog?
Yeah, him halfway up the driveway, just, hey, stop. Oh, have you seen my dog?
Yeah.
Like, bro, why are you running away? Oh, I thought nobody was home.
We used to do it at night, but then we would shake it up and do it during the day, and it was really hard.
I believe it. Dude, I would never forget like that. Like this one time, we ding dong ditched somebody, and we're fucking just walking back to whoever's house we were staying at that weekend, and we see fucking lights, and we're like, huh? And so our dumbass idea, let's just jump in the bushes right next to us, cause ain't nobody finna catch us ding dong ditching.
Yeah.
That shit was so funny.
Once in a while we would like hide somewhere and like watch the people's reaction, but most of the time we would just run the fuck away.
Yeah, because it's like, ooh, got him.
There was certain houses that we would do all the time though, like
just to fuck with the same people.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
There's one house in the neighborhood that looks like a dollhouse, and we would do that all the time. And then
that's awesome.
There's some old Indian man that would get really mad, so we would do that at guy's house a lot.
You ever TP?
No. The funny thing is, okay, so there is the people I'm in my childhood home right now.
Yeah.
The people that live both sides of me are related, right? And I'm in the middle. And both of their houses one time got like extremely TP'd. And my house was not touched, and my sister thought it was me or someone that I know, because we don't have the best relationship with the people. But I was like, no, I had nothing to do with this. But it was hilarious because like both their houses got like super TP'd, and ours was not touched.
I remember, and once again, this was back in the days of ding dong ditching and like, oh, it's 1 a.m. Let's all sneak out and just walk around the neighborhood because ain't got dick else to do. And so fucking, I remember my buddy Nick this one time. Nick, if you ever watch this, I know we haven't talked in a long time, but yeah, it was us. We tried to get him to come out and just hang out, and he was like, no. And so we waited till like that was just his response. It was back in the time like fucking kick. And so I fucking would test my like, hey, we're all gonna go. We're all gonna sneak out and go hang out just in the neighborhood. You wanna come? And all I got was nah. And so we were like, bet. So he had this big giant tree in front of his fucking house. We TP'd the shit out of his fucking tree. I think my buddy hucked some eggs at his window, just some stupid shit. And I'm like, bro, thought we were just TP, and he's like, no, fuck that, and just started hucking eggs, and I'm like, yo, and dude, it was there for like a whole extra day. Okay, and I'm like, bro,
Mm-hmm.
how many rolls did you bring where it took him like a day and a half to get it off? And and he said, bro, I don't remember who it was, said let's TP his fucking house, and I was fucking down, and I was like, all right, little Billy badass. But yeah, dude, it was so fucking funny. And once
Well,
again,
that's what happens when you give out those five different things and trick or treating. You get your house gets messed with, even
yeah.
though your buddy didn't do that. But that's the consequences. You either get ding dong ditched or TP'd or egged
Oh, I got one.
or silly
My
stringed.
or what?
Silly stringed?
Dude, I used to love Silly String back in the day. Yeah, that shit was awesome. Silly String was the best.
What's that? I think you're the only person that'd be like, "Oh yeah, hell yeah, I love silly string."
Bro, you know why? Cause during the week of Halloween, fucking there would be like a themed week for school, and my dumbass was always bringing silly string and pass out to the boys, and we're fucking silly string and everything. Silly string was
Are
awesome.
you part of like silly string of the month club?
This month's color is green, so
That's what I figured, man. I figured every month is a different color. I would think it would be orange this month, but that's weird that
see
it's green.
that's where you're wrong.
Yeah,
That's what you would
so because
assume.
I don't think I've ever heard someone say, "Fuck yeah, man, I love silly string. It's
Hey,
my favorite."
it is my favorite. That and the good old whoopee cushion never be can,
Sucks, dude.
can never be bought. Or
What you need is just the fart machine,
yes.
the little speaker, and you just push the button.
Mm,
That's way better than a whoopee cushion.
we I remember this one time. My dad was it was when once again in the mischievous years, my dad he was like, you know what we used to do, and I said, oh fuck, you grew up in the fucking in the fucking 80s, and I only could imagine what you fuckers are doing. Uh, and he said they used to like catch frogs and just put them in people's mailboxes, and I'm like, why? He said so they'd piss all over their mail, and I'm like, you're such a fucking dick.
Oh God.
He's like, yeah, it'd be funny as hell, and I said, bro, do you know how mad you would be if you open your mailbox and there's a frog jump and there's piss all over your mail?
Oh, I just told the girlfriend the other day that we would there was a few times where we would catch a bee like in like a jar or something and put it in the freezer. And I don't know if you know this about bees, but like they're with their structure, their exoskeleton or whatever,
Hmm.
they'll freeze, but then they can thaw and they'll be fine. And so we would freeze them, and then we would tie, or they're probably a certain type of bee. I don't know if it was like it probably wasn't a bumblebee, but like
Some
just
kind,
like a yellow jacket or something. I don't
yeah.
know. Anyway, but we would tie it to a string, and then tie the string to a basketball pole, so that when the bee would wake up,
Watch it
it
thaw
would
and
shut
get.
away, and it's just on the string.
I remember seeing this one account on.
You guys are mean, and I'm like, what? The bee's trying to sting you? Like, fuck that bee.
I remember this. I remember I was once again mindlessly scrolling TikTok, and there was this one account where it would just be him smacking wasps with random things like this one time it was a metal ball that was it was a ball, so it was kind of hollow, and he just doing, and then there was one where he smacked with a spatula. Then there was one where bro just snipped one in half with scissors, and I'm like, what the fuck? Dude, he literally just had it. Dude, he did it. It was almost like the bee was fucking mind controlled to sit in the same spot. So fucking he just walked up to it with the camera and a pair of scissors and went snip. And I'm like, bro, just out here ending bee lives, dog.
And then bee lives. Um, and then be like, no, man. During that the wiffle ball tournament and stuff, like the guy had like for some reason he had like a really bad bee problem. He's like, I've never seen all these bees before. Like they're fucking everywhere. Um, and so he had one of those zapping like
The tennis
tennis
racket,
rackets.
yeah.
Yeah, that was fun.
I had one of those when I was
Yeah.
a kid, dude. I remember one Halloween, bro, I love that it's on Halloween. I just brought it because I was like, hey, we could just mess with it or whatever. And fucking
Mm.
so, looking back on it now, my boys are dumbasses. Like I'm like, not to be on me, but I'm the smartest of all of them because they're like, hey Lawson, you should just hold it and we'll throw like coins and nails on it. And I'm like, yeah, great idea, Doctor Dumbass, you do it. And so
What? Hold what?
hold the buzzer on.
Oh,
So they will
okay.
so hold the buzzer on, put metal shit on it, it will just spark up and just sizzle.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, Doctor Dumbass, have fun, go enjoy.
Ugh.
Um, um,
How did that work?
how'd it work out?
Yeah.
They were look, it's sparking. I've been called I was told green was July, orange is this month ketchup, dude. Nah, that's when you guys are wrong. That's how I know you guys are in the wrong silly string club.
No, man. Silly string it's kind of lame,
The
dude.
double
Like
SC,
for you to be like so pro silly string
bro.
says a lot.
Bro, I just remember like I have fond moments of silly string and getting silly strung.
Silly strung,
Yeah, by like my mom.
like
Let,
acting like it's not like.
no, like I would just come around the corner, and I'm like, now there's silly string all over me. Thanks.
And you know how long it takes it to clean up?
About
Like
20
5.
seconds.
Yeah. So silly string sucks, dude.
Wow.
It's stupid. I would rather I would just like take that like that color hairspray and spray that at people.
I remember when what's so funny, man?
Other man.
I remember in elementary school where they would have like a Halloween thing at the school, and yeah, motherfuckers would go there and like, hey, let's see how many fucking we got. Yeah, the fucking hair color dye. Let's fucking spray it. And I remember this one dude. He had like it was like a rainbow head. Like he had every color you could ever fucking think of, like 3 times over. And I'm like, who would want to do that to their hair, man?
I don't know, man.
Mm-mm.
Was it part of pride?
Uh, no, it wasn't. I mean,
No.
I bet he was prideful of his colorful hair.
Was pride around when you were in school?
Like Pride Month.
Yeah.
Uh, no, we just
No, my
I was gonna say no. We used terminology that can't be used anymore because it's not with the times.
same.
Yeah.
Same. But yeah, man, silly string sucks. They tried to make us trick or treat for UNICEF, which was stupid too. Like, I get it's a good cause, right? It's
Right. It's kind of like the
like
trunk or treats and
trick
stuff.
or treat for charity type thing, but
Hmm.
like, man, I'm trick or treating for myself. I'm sorry, I'm selfish. I'm not gonna be trick or treating for poor kids. And stuff. I want my candy. I don't want pennies. So don't pass out pennies. I can't believe you never got pennies. So, when you were a kid, did you go to trunk or treats or was it just still neighborhood shit?
A lot of it was neighborhood stuff. Normally I'd go with friends, and like my mom would take like my sister to like a trunk or treat every now and again, or my sister and one of her friends and their mom would take them to a trunk or treat. Like
Dude, trunk or
basically,
treat was not a thing when I was a kid. Like, I feel like that's all kids do now is trunk or treat. Like, I feel like they actually don't go into neighborhoods. They just trunk or treat like 2 or 3 times throughout the week of Halloween.
I
And then
remember.
they're good.
Dude, some of my friends' parents would go like all out. Like whenever I remember this one dude that lived behind me. Well, it was a family, and he was like a year or two younger than me, but he was still just like in like the friend group. I remember we would always uh when you'd pull out of our driveway, you make a right, and then another right, and then another right, and that's how you'd end up in like their cul-de-sac. And they had like a
Mhm.
semi nice size, front yard. They would put up like a giant scary maze, huh?
You just take a bunch of rights to get to their house.
Yeah, and then
All right,
you'd
I'll be.
get and, and then you'd get in the cul-de-sac, and right in front of their like driveway, they would like set up like a giant big ass maze, and I remember like at the end, you get like a king size Hershey bar, and and we were like, oh, we're definitely going to Bro's house We're definitely
I
hitting that
I
fucking
think you're
maze.
gonna say like at the end, like you get your arm chainsawed off or something cool.
That'd be pretty
Um,
funny.
yeah, there's a house couple miles away from here that I used to deliver to when I worked at the Ups. And it's like a corner house, so it's like
Hmm.
it's got your house and it's got the side lot and then the front of the house. Um, dude, both sides are completely filled. The dude has like 3 or 4 trailers that he parks at like his relative's house during the regular year, and he has spent over like $100,000 on his decorations. He's got every movie monster like life size, and like there is not like a square foot of grass that isn't covered by some kind of decoration.
He
It's
loves
fucking
Halloween.
insane. Even there's one in this neighborhood that like has like this big pirate ship and it's got like a
Hmm.
bunch of skeletons and shit, and it's
Yeah.
pretty well done.
I remember speaking of trailers and stuff, I remember there were a couple instances where one of my mom's friends with a truck, like we would
Truck?
huh?
Your mom's friends with a truck?
One of my mom's friends' trucks.
Oh, okay, I thought you said your mom's friends with a truck. I was like, well, your mom probably needs some,
Need some more
psychiatric
friends. No, the truck talks. And and so he would he would
fucking
he
friends
would
with Bumble.
Optimus Prime,
Yeah.
Autobots would roll out. Um, I remember
My mom's outside talking to her friend. Like, what? She's out there fucking talking to her truck. The fuck?
they would they'd hook up a trailer and fucking they'd fill it with like pine straw and stuff like that, and we would just ride. It'd be like me and a bunch of boys just in the fucking in the trailer, and like we'd stop, and like it was so funny because sometimes it'd be like me, friend, sister, friend, and we would just jump off both fucking sides and run, and then run and basically cross, and then double back and hit them both. Like whenever we'd
Yeah.
stop, and sometimes we'd roll fucking 6, 7, 8 kids deep if we were like like if the whole shebang shabong was fucking hanging out for Halloween.
Right.
That was some fucking
Nice.
fun times, dude.
It was. One of these shows we'll have to go through our costume repertoire that we've dressed up as for Halloween. Because
Yo,
I usually dress up every year. Last year
mhm.
I didn't, but usually I do.
Maybe we can do that for the Wednesday before, and then the Friday of Halloween. We can do like a top 5 things that candies you do not want.
I already just went through my fucking list, dude. And
No, I
pennies
mean,
is
you I was about to say you can't.
pennies.
I was about to say you can't eat.
Pennies.
I was about to say you can't eat.
Pennies on Halloween.
I was about to say you can't eat pennies, but you can, but it might not feel good coming on the backside. But yeah, I mean like example, who wants some
No,
gobstoppers, man?
dude, fucking candy corn. I already said it.
Number one,
No candy corn. Fucking chips. You can keep your chips.
you don't want a bag
Yeah.
of you don't want a bag of lay.
No, yeah, especially a bag of Lay's, dude. Like I don't mind Lay's like once in a while, but like when you get like 40 bags of Lay's, I'm like, God damn it, dude. Give me some Doritos, give me some sour cream and
We get
onion.
some barbecue
Like,
in there, like just something to
you know,
spice it up.
barbecue's gross. You can keep your barbecue.
Damn,
So
the more you
yeah,
know.
man. But shit, dude, just give me some fucking candy, man. Give me the diabetes
Give me
that
the
I sought after.
give me the that. Let me get this sugar high, man. But
Yeah,
yeah,
man.
dude, fucking. I remember fucking. I remember getting every pillowcase in the fucking house and just like lining them up like, all right, which one's the biggest? Okay, this one's longer, but it's not as girthy as this one.
And
Like,
you dip it out and then you sort all your candy. Like, man, I got like 17 Reese's. I got this. I got, Butterfingers. Don't put your finger on my Butterfinger Bart. And like
yeah,
just sorting it out and then just throwing it all in a big ass bowl. And I'm like, man, I have candy until fucking next week because I'm gonna fucking chow down.
You put yours in a bowl?
Yeah, man. What would you put it in?
I kept my shit in that fucking pillowcase.
Then how do you sleep, dude? I need my pillowcase for my pillow.
Listen, I'll sleep with a naked pillow if I got a case full of
Uh,
candy.
no, you put it in a bowl. You put it in a big ass bowl, and then you're like, all right, you can look through the bowl, and you take your pennies and you fucking trade your pennies for a quarter and get yourself a gumball, and you can throw that in there too.
I remember there was one. Oh, pardon me. I remember there was this one Halloween where one of my boys just felt like being a menace. We used to get those little small boxes of nerds. And
Mm-hmm.
for whatever reason, bro's like, "Hey, let me get all your nerds boxes." And I'm like, "Okay, well, you're gonna need to give me some else." This motherfucker went back outside after we were all already done, and was just hucking nerds boxes at people. And I'm like, "Why?" And he was like, "Happy Halloween."
Nerd
dude,
is
dude, for fucking real, he was pelting people with nerd boxes, man.
yeah, man. Like there's always the TV show of like the bullies stealing like the kids' stuff.
Yeah,
I've never seen anyone steal a fucking someone's candy,
I
but
remember the Family Guy episode, and then fucking
Brian got spray painted pink.
he was he was the Pink Panther.
So
Yeah,
in Detroit I think is the only place that has Devil's Night. You guys don't have Devil's Night, right?
and I don't know what that is.
Devil's Night is the day before Halloween, and there's a curfew in Detroit because things happen on Devil's Night,
Oh yeah,
and
like what?
dude, like buildings will get burned down, and like abandoned buildings and shit. Like it was really bad in like the '90s. Like even like Eminem and D12 have their first album was called Devil's Night, that came out in the late '90s, or early 2000s. But yeah, and then they tried to rename it Angels Night. So like people would be like, oh, it's a good, but yeah, dude, people would go out, smash pumpkins, like, burn down abandoned buildings in Detroit, and
Hey,
you know,
it's like one of those. Hey guys, I know what we should do at Hell Night. Let's go set homeless people on fire. Like, bro, what the fuck are you talking about?
dude, like, I mean, it's like a big enough deal for them to make a curfew, and like you don't really go out on that night because of that. Like people, like there's just people out there causing trouble.
That's fucking insane.
So it is. It is,
Like,
man.
did you ever? Oh fuck, pardon me. Did you ever partake in Devil's Night?
No, no. Like this is like a lot of the stuff would be in probably very bad neighborhoods. Um but like I'm not gonna go around and smash people's pumpkins on their porches and shit. Like, yeah.
All
It's
right,
just not.
that's
I like to get into mischief, but I
not
don't necessarily
destruct
vandal.
not destruct dis destructive.
Yeah,
Yeah,
something like
dude. Some people get really fucking creative with like carving jack o' lanterns. Like it's like every year I see at least like 5 or 6 where I'm like, bro, this is a genuine like this is a work of art. If in a week it didn't fucking look like bleh.
Yeah, I'm glad you called it a jack-o'-lantern. Do you know the difference between a jack-o'-lantern and a pumpkin?
No,
The jack-o'-lantern's carved.
my dumb ass.
That's the reason why you called it a jack-o'-lantern. But yes, that's the difference.
Fuck you. That was really good.
If you came to my house, I'd give you fucking pennies, dude. That's what I should do
Just
today. Like I have a few solo cups, like I probably have like 6 or 7 that are filled to the brim of with coins.
just loose
I should just
change.
Yeah, I should just give that out for Halloween instead of getting candy.
Have you ever given out candy? Like been the one at home just giving out candy?
Yeah, yeah. When I moved out of my parents' house, the first couple years, I passed out candy. Realized, okay, so I was like, man, my mom used to only give out one piece of candy per kid.
Mm.
And she would count how many kids that she had. Like she was like, I gave out
Hmm.
17 pieces of candy, whatever. I'm in a big neighborhood, but I'm at the end of a court, so a lot of kids don't like walk down towards
Yeah.
our area because there's a side street like couple houses down that they kind of just bolt over to.
Hmm.
So we don't get many kids, but when I did live on my own, I did, and I found out how quickly 2 bags of candy really goes by if you aren't giving one piece of candy per person. And I'm like, fuck, dude. So I ran out pretty quick. Um, but I was always like really like pissed off at my mom. Like, you're only gonna give one piece of candy to these kids. Like, fuck, man, give them a couple.
Better
And
hook them
and
up.
then when I did it myself, I called her and I was like, yeah, I kind of understand why you do that because it goes by quick now.
You know what I
Um,
wonder? Because I haven't gone trick or treating in years. I wonder if it's still like